Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Making an Impact with Zebu Nation. And today we have for you Game 22 of the 2022 MLS regular season. Now that may seem like deja vu if all you did was watch sort of the first few minutes of the last episode where I mentioned that we would be playing Game 22, that game. Well, we didn't quite get to that game because we played a game before that, played LA Galaxy. Take a look at the schedule. We played LA Galaxy, beat them 4-0, so there was a lot of highlights in that game, but also we explained a lot of stuff, a lot of news that happened early in the episode, so it was running a little long, so I decided not to play the second game. So today we're going to play New England Revolution, but we might have a lot of stuff to talk about this episode as well, because as you notice from the inbox, it is the start of the transfer window. So we got good news and we got bad news. The good news is the transfer window's starting. The bad news is none of our transfers are going to go through. I've done the math. I've tried to work it out. And we're not going to be able to sign any of our players. Now, first problem is we're getting rid of D'Alessandro, but his trade out isn't going to happen before these two guys try to come in. So if we could have gotten rid of D'Alessandro first, then we could have made room for these boys, but it's not going to happen. I've gone through, I've done a playthrough of this, and just the timing won't work out. I can't do anything about it. So I thought, well, maybe we can finagle the finances because we did just get some more transfer window, or some more allocation money, some more transfer window. I don't even know what that means. But anyway, we've got $230,000 available under the cap. We've got another $170,000 in general allocation money, so that's $400,000 we could potentially get. We also have a ton of targeted money. I thought we might be able to use that targeted money in this case, but we can't. Maybe we can only use targeted money in the preseason. That's kind of the only time I've ever successfully spent targeted allocation money is in the preseason. So maybe that's a little rule that's in there, but I don't know. But anyway, let's take a look at our transfers. First of all, Derek Ossie, 23-year-old. And look at the numbers down here for the budget. Somehow I gave him a $500,000 contract, which I don't know that he's even worth that, with a $220,000 signing fee. I honestly don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, so he's going to be a whopping $688,000 on the salary cap, and as I mentioned before, we could only drop it $400,000. So I mean, I guess we're kind of being saved from ourselves on this in this situation, giving a guy a stupid contract. He's an okay player, but you know, he's not that good. He's not worth it. So that's kind of good. But then Zahareddin Bello, we probably could have used him from Benfica. Central defender, we could have used him, but he was going to get a designated contract. He was going to get $2.47 million per season, which you think, well, there's no way we could fit that under the salary cap. But because of the various salary cap rules, designated player contracts coming in at mid-season only count half as much versus the cap. So he was only going to be $263,000. Half. That's not half of $2.47 million. Obviously, that's half of 500 and whatever thousand, which is what a regular designated player contract costs you versus the cap. Whatever you pay him doesn't matter. He costs $513,000 or whatever versus the cap, unless you bring him in at mid-season, and then it's half that, right? I just explained that. So, yeah. We're not going to... Bottom line is, with D'Alessandro going out after Bello tries to come in, we won't have that designated contract available. So they're going to reject it and say we don't have a designated player contract. This is where I thought we could use the targeted allocation money to buy that down. Maybe we don't have enough targeted allocation money to buy this $2.47 million down. Maybe targeted allocation money only works versus a contract that's less than $2 million. That's also a possible rule that's running through my head that I think might be real, but I don't have my other computer here to look that up. So, and I don't have a second monitor, so I I don't know why I'm explaining that to you, but bottom line is we're not going to be able to do either of these transfers, but D'Alessandro is still going out, so we're going to have some room to make some transfer. So maybe we'll do a little bit of that. Maybe I'll look around, try to find somebody, a decent candidate, and bring them in. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, do we need another candidate? Our team is pretty good right now. So there we go. Derek Ossie has been canceled. Total salary cap must be less than 4.25. Bello, canceled. Cruzeiro. Alan Vallo injured for 2 weeks. There, yay. Happy news. We got another injury. Another fullback is injured. Lovely times. See if anything else happened. D'Alessandro's close to signing. I mean, we could cancel the D'Alessandro contract, but no. We're sending him. Get out of here. Sorry to see you go. Been a fantastic servant. Come back anytime. Thanks. Sure. So, Roma, AS Roma's getting 5% of the deal. Board have agreed that $600,000 of it will be added. MLS doesn't get any part of this, apparently. A lot of times MLS will take a chunk. Not sure why they're not taking a chunk of this. Maybe because he's been in the league for long enough that they feel like they've been paid their due. I don't exactly know how that works, but there we go. Usually, if you bring a player in and then you sell him within a year or two, MLS takes a bigger chunk. Up to 66% sometimes. But I guess that has to do with how much time is left remaining on their contract, maybe. Oh, there we go. MLS taking 33%. So they took $250,000. Yay. Uh-oh. Kyle Larin doesn't like it. Kyle Larin. Would like to know why you let D'Alessandro leave the club. This doesn't have to become a big issue yet. I'm disappointed you felt it necessary to sell one of the key players. Let's see. I have every confidence that players such as Aaron Leonard can step up and replace him. Okay. Earning too much. Tactical approach. Consistency. Earning too much. Registration rules. Bad influence. No. You're a real leader in the squad. I expect better from you. No. All right, so we'll see if he agrees about this Aaron Leonard situation. That's a good point. The youngsters are the future of the club. Let's give them a chance. All right. Good man, Kyle Larin, to see it our way. I mean, Leonard's probably not going to... I mean, Petrasso's going to play there, so you should understand that. But Leonard is a good player as well. Okay, so we're not going to fast forward... Well, we're not going to, watch the whole week here. Yeah. Valenzuela came in player of the week, 3rd place. Team of the week. Nancy pleased with Lopez's. Yeah, we got to get a lot of these guys back in the lineup. Lopez hasn't played for a few weeks. Kyle Larin hasn't played for a few weeks, and we're still winning. So why bring in new guys? I don't know. I mean, other than just the fun of it. Scouting. Who have we scouted? Let's clear all this. I mean, Emerson Hindeman, a U.S. international player, 26 years old. You could bring him in for $3 million. He's only worth $3 million. It's pretty good. He's like real good. Do we need another midfielder though? Defensive midfielder. I mean, yeah, kinda. Lopez is back though. I don't know. Like the question is, who do we bring in? Another Brazilian? Attacking center mid? Maybe. But what if we stick with the 4-2-4? I don't know. 19-year-old Terra. 19-year-old Brazilian. I mean, he actually looks like one of our kind of guys, right? He's got the speed, dribbling, crossing, first touch. Paid at $9 million. Get out of here. Get out of here. We ain't got that kind of cash. Ooh. Goalkeeper. 24-year-old Frenchman, Luca Zidane. Paid at 2.4, making 1.7 million. So we'd have to sign him as a designated player. I mean, this would be a short-term situation because we just signed Thiago to a new contract, so not a good idea to do that. Junior Ramos is out there. We know what he's all about. Yeah, not going to re-sign him. Igor Smolnikov. No, 33 years old. Get out of here. So I don't think we're going to sign anybody. Sorry to pull the old rug out from underneath you. But anyway, let's pause here. Get to the game. If somebody pops up or something, I don't know. Oh, we got that one French guy. Anyway, we'll pause and see what happens. Pause. Okay, we're back. I made a few inquiries here and there about some dudes. Here's the little transfer list here. Clayton, 24-year-old Brazilian goalkeeper. I don't know why this guy is valued so low. 185,000. He's a guy we might be able to get, actually. He might want first-team soccer. I don't know about that. Maybe we could sneak him in as a reserve, as like a great reserve. We'll see. 18 aerial reach. Lots of 15s all over the place. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Sometimes you got to dream big. Clive Lawrence from Arsenal. 20-year-old central defender. Valued at $2.8 million. That's within our budget. You know, pretty good all the way around. Nice tackling, marking, heading, strength, jumping, pace. You know, very good for our level. Never going to play for Arsenal. But, you know, if they want to get rid of him for a couple $1,000,000, we'll take him off their hands. Marcus Antonio, 22-year-old Brazilian defensive midfielder. Again, strong, very good passing, long shooting. This guy would make a great segundo volante. And then we could keep Andre up at the box-to-box midfielder. That'd be good. Sander Engstrand, 21-year-old Norwegian. He would be an interesting defensive midfielder. I think we've looked at him before. I got him off of our target list, so I'm pretty sure we've looked at him before. But he's got some interesting abilities, especially defensively. Offensively, he's nowhere near as good as Marcus Antonio, but still. And then another defensive midfielder, Christian 2 from Stuttgart, 22-year-old Danish. He's valued at $5 million. We got like a $2.5 million bid in for him. I don't think they're going to accept that because they were asking for like 10. Yeah, but we'll see. We shall see. Anyway, in the meantime, we're going formation number 2. Hand that over to the coach. We've had some people complain about our recent dealings. Of course, the fans and the media are a little concerned about what's going on, but that's okay. That's fine. We're going to stay the course. Got faith in the guys that we got. Here's Marcus Antonio. They want $8.25 million. Apparently, he's got a release clause of that much. We ain't got that much. Finance-wise, we got 2.4 in our budget. So, I mean, maybe we could ask the board for more. But let's try to negotiate this down. 1.5. No. 8.25. Let's take it down to 2. And 2. Suggest. Decline to give an immediate decision. Alright, so we'll jack it up to 2.4 and make the offer. They're not going to accept that. See you later. You know, this is the problem. MLS forces you to be very budget conscious. You got to be a bargain shopper in MLS. You can't just go out and buy anybody you want, as we've seen already this transfer window. So you got to look for bargains. You got to look for guys whose value is low for some reason, but their ability is high, and bring them in. Andre was like that. He had a very low value, brought him in cheap. Now look at him. He's one of the better players in the entire league. Dismissed your inquiry about Clayton. All right, that's fine. Go away. I don't care. Don't need him anyway. Fine. It's all fine. All right. Get to this New England game and actually play a frickin' game. Ooh. Now this guy we could get. He's in our price range. Engstrand. Let's take a look at him. 100% scouted. Let's see. Eligibility. We got plenty of eligibility for him. Competitive streak sometimes leads to him bending the rules. I mean, we've been used to that before with our fullbacks. Need to learn the language, that's fine. Count toward the maximum of 9 internationals. We've already got 9 internationals, do we? For real? I don't know, we can figure that out. Good stamina, consistent performer, natural at a couple positions, displays a determined attitude, possesses a fair amount of speed. So he's got a lot more positives than negative. Dressing room player, it's good. Let's take a look at our squad registration here. We've got 4 internationals. I don't know what they're talking about. We got 9 internationals. Get out of here. We got 4. Maybe some of our internationals are on the disabled list, such as Mendez and Boyce. Well, Boyce isn't even on the disabled list, so he's one of the 4. Anyway, registration says we got 4 of a maximum 8, so we're good in terms of that. So, Sander, 4-star player, got a 5th dark star, which I don't really care much about, but this is the kind of guy that you can get from overseas. Like I said, his value is lower, his abilities are high, but he's maxed out his potential at 21 years old, and maybe he's never going to play very much in whatever European league he's in, but for MLS he might. So he's got a minimum fee release clause of 1.7, so if we pay the 1.7, we get him. No ifs, ands, or buts. Question, as long as we can sign him. We've got a designated player contract available. Do we want to give this guy a designated player contract? I don't know. It's a ball-winning midfielder. We could possibly play him at the old Segundo. He's got 12 long shooting. That's okay. He could stand to improve some things. He doesn't quite fit into our plans as well as some of those other guys on our transfer list, but our transfer list is getting mighty thin. We got Lawrence from Arsenal and Marcus Antonio. They just said no to that, if I recall. Yeah, they said it's not. I mean, we're not going to get Antonio. So it looks like we're probably going to get Strand, possibly Lawrence, but probably not Lawrence either. All right. Just for the sake of expediency, suggest that term acceptable because they got no choice, right? Yep. Make the bid. 1.7 million. Let's go. Another guy we don't need. Maybe people would say we should get a winger. My client is not interested in joining your club. Wah, 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 wah. We could pull. Maybe we can pull the Kyle Larin trick. Interaction. Nope. Conversation. Advice. Praise player. Warn player. Is it on that? No. Interaction. No. There's nothing we can do, huh? Because I know we've been able to do it before where we told Kyle Larin to say, hey, say something in the press. Oh, well. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Nobody wants to come to our stinky little team. That's fine. Like I said, we can carry on and win the league with what we got. We're not getting Champions League anyway. So this is all we got to focus on. Looks like we're going to be in our whites today. Interesting. 5-4 favorites. First in the league versus second in the league. So this is a big showdown. We've been so worried about transfers and whatnot. We haven't even been looking at the showdowns and the competitions. New England falling way behind. We're starting to run away a little bit with the Eastern Conference. But look at this. Supporter Shield. Houston has jumped ahead of us 49-48. Now, they've got 2 games ahead of us, so we got plenty of time to catch up to them. But it's a little unnerving to see somebody else ahead of us. They're the only team really within shouting distance of us. Vancouver is a full 8 points back, and New England is 9 points back. So if we win this game today against New England, it's going to be very tough for them to catch up Unless all of our roster problems just come to a head and we lose every single friggin' game. But I don't think that's going to happen. Now, I noticed something with Kyle Larin. It says promise here. The player will wait on the young players to develop. Okay, I don't know what that means. Does that mean that we should be playing Leonard and Cervantes instead of Alberto and Petrasso? I don't know. I don't think so, but we'll see. I mean, he's got Valenzuela sitting next to him, so maybe that'll be good enough, but we'll see. Valenzuela counts as a young player, right? All right, so Pedrahita in goal for New England. Saik and Tinnerum, a lot of these guys should be familiar to you. Tobio Dalmia looks like a new guy. Do I remember him or not? 31-year-old Slovenian with 18 caps for Slovenia. He's been there for a while at New England, so I guess we should recognize this guy. Brian Delgado. Will Trapp still hanging around. How old is Will Trapp these days? 29 years old. Man, he just seems so much older. I don't know, but I guess he's not. All right. Kellen Rowe. Fagundes on the left is their top goal scorer. Maybe? Maybe. Come on. There it is. 9 goals in 22 appearances, 4 assists. He's playing pretty well. Barragan up top still. Meanwhile, our lineup, Montero still in goal. Bernstingle, Duvern at the fullbacks. Bosic, Jaguar. Still an interesting defense we got going on here. Agor and Andre in the midfield. They're swapped around a little bit, as you can see. Alberto on the left. Petrasso on the right. Kyle Larin playing at target man. Next to Valenzuela, who is our leading goal scorer on the season. What's he at? What's he up to? 9 goals, 7 assists, 7 points. He's playing so good as a rookie. I mean, those are good rookie numbers. Let's get to the dressing room. Pep talk, the old Pep. Let's give him some pep. Expecting you to win tonight. Nobody. That wasn't very peppy, I guess. Pepe Le Pew, maybe. Apply the advice to the team. Wilfred just signed a new contract, so he's happy to give his advice. As always, looks like both their fullbacks are coming forward. Both Saik and Tinnerholm have the ability to get forward. As you can see here, Tinnerholm leading assist man. We got to watch out for them. Their fullbacks getting forward. Absent of Boyce is sure to be felt. Yeah, we look good in training. Get out of here. We got Kyle Larin at target man. Coming back after his injury. Well, this is a pretty good crowd for New England. I mean, that stadium looked half full. That's pretty good. So they probably got like 30,000 there. Here's Petrasso down the near side, looking to get by his man. Cuts it inside, drops it back. Agor waiting. Andre triple covered. Agor, meanwhile, wide open. Can't get the ball to Kyle Larin. New England is playing back defensively. I think we might need to hit them on a counterattack. You know, wait for their fullbacks to come forward and then bash it ahead. But, you know, we can either try to do that strategically or we can just let it happen organically, which it seems to do quite often with our team. We catch the other guys on the counterattack just kind of organically because of our speed, you know. That's pretty good. Now we got a little less speed out there than usual because of D'Alessandro's absence, but still, Kyle Larin 15, Valenzuela obviously 16, Alberto 15 pace, 18 acceleration now for Alberto, Petrasso 15 pace, 14 acceleration. So we're not slow by any means, but we don't have the blazing speed other than Valenzuela. And we could bring in, well, we don't have him on the bench, but we got a couple of guys sitting on the bench with blazing speed, but, well, not on the bench, but some guys in reserve. But we got our 2 youngsters on the bench. I don't think I mentioned the bench. We got Johnson, Cervantes, and Leonard, our 2 draft picks. Lopez, trying to come back from his injury, little rehabilitation stint. Here we go. Throw in Tinnerum. In their own half, New England trying to build an attack. Tinnerum at midfield gets it back to Trapp. They're kind of getting stymied here. There's Tinnerholm getting wide open. He's got a man. Barragan. Yeah, Montero. You know, Thiago would have stopped that, I think. I'm pretty sure. Montero, not so much. He's got a couple of shutouts to his name, but, you know, this kind of situation is just not going to happen. Jaguar couldn't quite get over there. Bosic was kind of caught in no man's land. I don't know what he was doing. Not covering his man, that's for sure. Yeah, we let Tinnerum get through. We shouldn't have done that. We don't have him tightly marked. It's probably a situation we should recognize there. Alberto's error prone. Well, the game just started, man. Like, give him a break. 6.5, that's fine. All right, 1 minute of stoppage time, just about done. That was a very quick, speedy first half. And there we go, halftime. What does our analysis say to us? Alberto getting shots, but they're from far out. Barragan is getting space. Close down on him. We can do that. Over in the midfield, nothing we can do about that. Whipped crosses. I don't know. Let's just go to the dressing room. Let's give him the old pep talk. Assertive. I expect to see much better. That's good. That works for half the guys half the time. So that's like basically 100%, depending on how you look at it. Tinnerum again. Let's see. What were we going to do? We were going to tightly mark Barragan, right? Yes. Close down. We'll see how this half starts out. We get to the 60-minute point. We haven't done anything. We'll start to look to make some changes. Fullback's not playing too well. Bernstingle, Duvern. Laren not feeling real good at target man. So we got Johnson on the bench. We'll probably bring Johnson in. Here we go. Agor to Andre. Gets it forward. Petrasso makes a great run. Beats one man. Beats two man. Gets the cross in. Kyle Laren. He does make a decent target man, but he's just not match fit right now. So that was, good play. Here's Andre. Might have to score a goal for himself again this game if we're going to tie it up. Fagundes now trying to start the counterattack for New England, but they're slow playing it a little bit. Barragan, he's got Fagundes down the sideline, beats Duvern. Yeah, not a great shot. Closing in on that 60-minute point. Kyle Laren sitting at a 6.1. All right, so we're bringing in Johnson. Give a little bit more firepower there. Anything else we can do of any interest? I don't know. I don't think we want to do anything else quite at this moment. We could bring in Leonard or Cervantes. It's definitely a thought, but not a great thought. All right, here we go. Bosic throw in near side, 65 minutes down. Gets it to Johnson. He centers to Agor. He's got somebody wide open at the semicircle. There's Andre. He's going to take that shot. Deflected. Alberto hit that rebound. That could have been a goal. Starting to get some highlights. That's good. But we need a little bit better play. Let's tell him to show some passion. See if we can start injuring people. Bosic is furious. I probably should have said calm down, but I've done the opposite, so now they're all frustrated. Andre's playing well. A little bit tired right now, though. 78 minutes. Let's push forward, prevent goalkeeper distribution. 81, 82 minutes. Petrasso seems frustrated. Valenzuela, 88 minutes. 89, 2 minutes of stoppage time. Not looking good. Yeah, not looking good here. There's the time. With the shorter highlights, we don't have time to make as many adjustments. Not that we really wanted to. Just gives you a little bit more feeling of control when the game was probably going to end up this way no matter what. So there we are. Will Trapp, 7.9. All right. So again, we're still inconsistent. Still up one game. You know, we crush Los Angeles, then come back to New England, lose 1-0, can't get anything going. Assertive, not happy. There we go. And pep talk, get out of here. Still first place in the Eastern Conference by a little bit, but New England has closed that gap now, only 6 points. And meanwhile, Houston has won again, so we're now 6 points behind Houston. That escalated quickly. 1 game back and 6 points back. So we might lose out on the supporter shield to Houston, the team we traded our player to. Did they play this week? Yeah. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to look at their roster here, their box score. Did they play our guy Dabo? Came in at the 85th minute. He played for him. Didn't get a rating, but he did play, so I don't know. Maybe that was a bad trade. Maybe we shouldn't have traded him to our chief rival in the supporter shield, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right. USA want nation. What's this about? Oh. USA has offered you head coach. Didn't they just play in the World Cup? Did they just get knocked out of the World Cup, so now they're looking for a new coach? Schedule. They did just get knocked out of the World Cup. This could be like an insurance policy. You know, like if we end the save, we could continue on to the next World Cup and just do a quick World Cup thing in 4 years. It's not a horrible idea. I'd rather play Team Canada, though, because we got all of our own players. Let's look at staff. Let's look at Jobs Center. Canada job is still not available. USA job is, Canada is not. National team. Martin Painter still hanging on at coach, even though they didn't make the World Cup. He's been the coach since 2017. They will not fire this guy for any reason. Declare interest. That would be so un-Canadian-like to declare interest in that job. I mean, I guess we could take the USA job. I don't know. We'll figure that out. An extra $1.6 million a year wouldn't be anything to sneeze at. We'll figure that out, and we'll come back next time. So until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.